The large Monet that opens the show, Claude Monet's view of these islands in the River Seine, is an absolute archetype of Impressionism. It's this very quick snapshot of a little bit of the landscape, so it's very much a modern painting for its day, and today we view it as an absolute masterpiece.
The music, though. In 2008, the Portland Museum of Art held an exhibition that was all about Impressionist landscapes. Featured chief among them was painter Claude Monet.
Monet was born on this day in the year 1840. In his mid-30s, he'd become one of the leaders of the artistic movement called Impressionism, which is characterized mostly by those visible brush strokes the artist would leave on the painting. Other hallmarks of the genre include an emphasis on light and an open composition from a non-traditional viewpoint.
In 1998, an anonymous donor gave the Portland Museum of Art their first Monet, titled La Scène avec Toi. The painting dates back to 1879. It was a pivotal point in Monet's career when he left Paris and painted in a small town 30 miles away.
It's remarkable because it's an excellent example of Claude Monet's work from a very important period within his career. It's an excellent example of Impressionist painting. Any museum in the world, I think, would be delighted to have this painting as part of their collection because it's so representative of Monet's work and of Impressionism.
And now a replica of the painting can be found out in the world. It's part of the museum's Art Outside and on the Trail.
Replicas of more than 20 pieces of art can be found in 5 locations around the state. Organizers say this is a way to reimagine art and express how nature and art have many things in common. Now, it is hard to say just how much Impressionism changed the art world. It was profoundly upsetting to critics at the time, but the movement paved the way for personal, individual expressions.
Here's a little more about Impressionism from Tom Denenberg, who was the acting director of the PMA at the time.
Impressionism was a visual conversation that took place between artists in France, the United States, and England in the 19th century. It has everything to do with changing notions of visual perception. Can you trust your eye? What do you see in the landscape as you rush by on a train for the first time, for example? Even the word Impressionism, it was originally a put-down that a critic had used when he first saw the works of Monet and others, calling them little impressions as if they weren't finished paintings. Today we think of Impressionism as very conservative, very old school, but of course in the late 1870s and 1880s, this was the radical fringe. And before the rise of abstraction and modernism, this was viewed as the most au courant, avant-garde art.
How the perspective of radical changes.
It really does. Yeah. Really does. By the way, that was Tom Denenberg, who was acting director of the PMA at the time.